What's happening, y'all? I'm active. I mean, I'm always active, but I don't always turn the camera on. But my mood is better than it was in the last 2 weeks. So there's a correlation between me going live and me feeling good. I force myself to go live when I don't feel good just because I'm always trying to push my page forward, keep myself in the algorithms, which is a hard thing to do. The math doesn't always math. But I'm just leaving Walmart. It's wild in Walmart all the time. So much happens in that store. Like, I hate Walmart. Here I am coming out of Walmart. Shopped at Walmart. At times they have some amazing prices. I actually found something that I'm going to use for my page, which is a microphone that is much cheaper, steeply discounted. I found like a clearance section in Walmart that I had never seen before. And I'm happy about that, but overall my experience of going into Walmart just gives me anxiety. There's too many people in there. Everybody is mad at each other. Everyone's trying to get each other out of the way. Walmart is just pressure cooker. I remember back in the days when you could go into an individual store to get what you want. Like, you could go to the bike shop to get a bike. You could go to the pharmacy to get your prescription. You could go to whatever's the auto department to get your auto parts. Now it's like, oh, Walmart is your one-stop shop. I actually remember when I was at this previous job. This is not going to mean anything to a lot of people, but to some people it's going to mean something. They called it the Walmart of behavioral health services because we could provide your case manager, your therapist, we could provide your psychiatrist, we could provide any kind of thing, your doctor, your nurse, and they called it the Walmart of behavioral health services. And I was like, that's not something that I would want to call my company, especially when it comes to behavioral health services, because we're trying to relieve people's stress. And I don't know if it's different for other people, but Walmart does not relieve my stress in any way, shape, or form. And as a matter of fact, Walmart increases my stress levels every time I come in here. I usually do shopping online, but it's just that I happen to have a couple of items that I was looking for that would have been easier to find in the store. But guess what? I left with maybe 2 things that I needed and 2 things that I did not, that I just bought because of, hey, I'm in Walmart and look at this. Walmart makes you want to buy things. Anyways, all of that is besides the point. The title, The title is about this conversation that I had with my doctor earlier today. So I've been seeing this doctor for a number of years. He is our family doctor. When my dad first came here to New York, that was his doctor that he came to see, and we all ended up seeing him. I used to see that doctor back when I was under my parents' insurance. So for the better part of 2 decades, which is more than half my life, I have been going to that particular doctor. But when I went to him before, number one, I didn't go on any kind of a regular basis because, when you're in your how old was I when we first came here? 19, 20, something like that. I was like, I don't really need the doctor unless I get injured or something. So I wasn't like I was seeing him on any kind of a regular basis. But in recent years, and especially knowing my family background history, and just it's important to get checkups. And I've had a whole bunch of things physically in the last few years that I've needed to go to the doctor for. So I've seen him more. But also, when I first started seeing that doctor, my career path was still that of a business owner, because that was my goal. I did a business management degree, but not to manage somebody's company, to own my own company and manage that. And that's still not out of the realm of possibility. I'm always looking for ways to do that, and I'm always pushing towards that. But that's not the career path I've been on in the last 12 years. As y'all know, I've spent most of that time as a peer support specialist, also known as a peer counselor. And I spent a little bit of time in the last 3 months plus as a case manager. So, the case management part of it. So when I came in to see the doctor was talking to me, and he was like, so what's new? And I said, well, one thing that's new is that I'm working at a new company. And he was like, oh, what are you doing now? I said, I'm doing case management. He said, ooh, I don't envy you. So we were just talking, and I said to him, case management is really hard. And he said, well, I can imagine, because he said the difference between my job and your job is that in my job, he's like, I get a patient that comes in, I get to talk to them, I get to take my time. I don't work for anybody's company, because he's a private practice doctor. So he's not working under anyone's umbrella. He doesn't have a forced caseload requirement. He said that he can take his time with the patients, and when they come in, his job there is to talk to them, make them feel better mentally, emotionally, a little bit, but then to help them resolve whatever problem they have, whether that problem is a pain that they're experiencing, whether that's an injury, or whether it's a chronic illness, or whether it's something that they just don't know, they can't figure out, right? So he said, with your job, you are working for a company. You get a large number of people that are on your caseload. You had no choice. They just give you those people, and you have numbers to keep up with. And you are only those people for a certain amount of time. And he said, something that I understand about your role is the fact that, he said, back in the day, he said, people don't really understand what a care coordinator is. They think that a care coordinator is a miracle worker, because in the profession, you are helping them with huge needs that are not something that you can directly impact. And what I mean by that is, somebody says, oh, my major need is housing. You can't provide them a house. Like, I had a client get extremely mad at me in my second week. He told me I was useless. The reason that he told me I was useless was because he had a housing voucher. And he said, I need to get out of this shelter that I'm in right now. And he told me all these different things that were going on in the shelter. I feel for him, but I can't get him out of the shelter. What I can do is call around and find different realtors that could take his voucher, and then he would have to put in an application, meet with them, and see. It's a process. It's a process that I can assist with facilitating, but I have no control over. SNAP benefits, whether they get their food stamps, how much food stamps that they get, that's not up to me. I can help them with the application. The home health aid that they need, that they say would improve their quality of life significantly, I can't make sure that they get the hours that they want, or that they get approved for their home health aid that they need. That's up to the system. But what he was telling me is that you become the face of the system. And I had a laugh when he said that. He said, think about it, Mark. Somebody comes into you, they have chronic pain. Let's say they have chronic back pain, they have diabetes, they have high cholesterol, they have problems with their vision, they have problems with their hearing, they have psoriasis. I mean, these people have many of these problems. They're obese, their quality of life for whatever reason is very low. They're living in low income housing, sometimes well, most of the time in project areas. They don't have a lot of money. There's just a lot of things going on. And then they look at you. You're the professional that comes to their house. And your life is this amazing life where you just show up and you are rich and you're loaded. And for whatever reason, you're doing this job to help them, despite you being this rich, well-off person that doesn't have any physical, emotional, or financial issues. And when they don't get the things that they want from the system, you are the face that they are seeing that is telling them no. Even if you are no part of that process, you're the person that they see 2 times a month. You're the person that they speak to 4 times a month. So he was like, just know that people come in there with their own problems, and they're going to unleash on whichever person is standing in your spot. So he said, keep that in mind every time you walk through the door. And he said, I admire you for being able to have the temperament to even do that type of thing, because he said, I would prefer being a doctor. He said, I prefer being a doctor. I would never do what you do. He said, even though we see a lot of the same people, we don't have the same responsibilities. He said, for me, it's a simple case of come and see me. If your insurance covers seeing me, you come in and see me. There's nothing to debate. I help you with your need. If I can't help you myself, I refer you to a specialist. We have a conversation, you leave, and that's it. I don't have to call and check on all these different things and try to help with your housing and speak to your nurse and speak to your family. I don't have to do any of that. That's not a part of the job description. So I thought it was kind of cool because, in a sense, being a case manager now means that I work in the medical profession. I don't have a medical background where I know all these different things from a perspective of I've studied it and I got a degree, but I've had to actually learn, research a lot of different things to be able to even grasp what these people are going through. And it's also had to force me to develop a thicker skin because, like I said, yes, I've had people insult me. I've had people say things to me at work that I didn't like. I've had clients that didn't get along with me. But it's harder in this specific profession because you do so much for these people. It's not like when I was just counseling. When I was just doing the counseling, all I was doing was listening to their problems. And to me, that's easy. I don't have an issue with listening to people's problems. I do that off the clock anyways. People tell me about their problems all the time. And I sit there and I listen to them. That ain't a big deal to me at all. But now when I'm responsible for helping people resolve those problems, oh, you don't have this? Well, now I have to figure out how to get that for you. You need to get a prosthetic leg. I have to figure out, the process of applying for one and proving need. Oh, you got to get that cataract surgery. I have to schedule all your pre-surgical appointments and make sure that you attend all of them and check behind you for that. So when they have one or two things that you can't do because you're not God or you're not the government either. So you can't be like, I can wave my magic wand and make you healthy. Or boom, you don't have a place to live, or you don't like this shelter that you're living in. Well, I got this house in the Hamptons and I could just put you in there right now. Um it's rough when somebody that you do a lot for turns around and is like, you suck. But I think over time I'm getting used to it. I know that it's not something that I'm going to stay in. It's not going to be something that I'm talking about in 10 years. It's not something I'm going to be talking about in 5 years. And if all goes my way, it's not something I'm going to be talking about in 6, 7 months from now. But it's something that I am in right now. And it was kind of cool to have that doctor empathize with me after all these years of him and I not really being able to relate on much of anything. And also, I find that my conversations with people in general have gotten more like that as time has gone on and as I've gotten older, because I remember I didn't care what these people had to say to me back in the day. Let me get these comments. I couldn't read these because I was driving. 3 lives in 1 day. Yep. Super secret, useless. Your client must have been Cass. Who wants to watch Smiling Friends? Proving need for a prosthetic leg. Yeah, that's how the insurance company goes. Huge responsibility. You're the punching bag in their stress gym. Ha! I like that one. That's a good one. I gotta put that in my back pocket. Yeah. Because the first client that did that to me, who thankfully I don't have anymore, finally, I don't have that person anymore. But that one really took me down. And I was thinking about that. I was like, what could I have done better? Because I always like to think of how I could have done something differently or better to improve the outcome. But there was nothing. I mean, there's things that I could have done, but not the types of things that were being complained about. Now I'm doing my little end of my grocery shopping because I left Walmart because it was too overwhelming. I'm like, I will pay the extra price not to be in Walmart. Where are we at here? Oh no, I'm not paying that. Let's see. Yeah, insurance, and I speak to the insurances all day now. Like it's my full-time job to talk to the insurance and to help people with these appeals for their medical claims that are getting denied. It's real tedious. Yeah, I hate Walmart. I hate Walmart in the day and the night. I just hate Walmart, period. Uh, I'm just walking around aimlessly right now. Okay, I think I'm about good to go.
Well, if you have your frequent shopper card, please scan it now. Scan items one at a time. $2.49. Key in item code, then touch enter. Touch the item to purchase. Weigh your red onions. Move your
Shopping block.
red onions to the bag. 108. Scan coupon now. How many pigs? Your total is 357. Please select your payment method. Please scan it now. Scan items. Please wait. System processing. Follow the instructions on the pin pad. We are unable to complete your transaction. Please touch. Please select your payment method.
Credit.
If you're doing Apple.
Please wait. System processing. Follow the instructions on the pin pad.
Thank you.
Please remember to take your receipt.
Good night.
Good night.
8:59.
And I will also never mess with that. Like, what's the point of having the self-checkouts and then having a bunch of people stand there instead of having cash registers? Come on now. So you're gonna stand there next to the machines, but you aren't gonna help me scan my items. And that's not a slight at that person, because I actually go to this grocery store all the time and she's very helpful. But generally, did I just zoom in on myself? Yes, I did. Goodness. There we go. All right, what did it say? We should shop. No. Y'all can start a video of y'all shopping at Walmart. I am not. I go to Walmart once in a blue. I buy things from Walmart online, but I only shop at Walmart in store once in a blue. I barely go in stores at all. This was a rare occasion that I went into the store. I mean, the grocery store I go into, I don't like, because I don't like using shopping apps, because number one, you pay extra for those, and number two, then you're at the mercy of the person who's picking the stuff out for you. Tofu. I got some tofu. I got some mixed frozen vegetables. I'm on my health kick for the time being. I'm trying to lose this last 17 pounds. I'm tired. Hi, Bev. I'm only out because I just left the gym. Eggs. Why I'm so close to your face. Get Colleen some eggs. Eggs are expensive. Eggs are expensive. I don't got egg money. I remember when I was a kid and we would go shop. My mom would take me grocery shopping because she didn't get babysitters. She did get babysitters sometimes, but that's only if she was working. If she was not working, if she was going somewhere, I was going there. If she went to the doctor, I went to the doctor. If she went to wherever, I was going wherever she was going, and I had no choice. So I always was there on her grocery shopping trips. And I didn't mind the grocery store. I just didn't like the fact that when I went to the grocery store, she wouldn't give me the things that I picked up off the shelves. So she wouldn't buy them. And I remember, like, she would get fruits, and she would buy the particular fruits that she would buy were plums and apples and peaches and pears and stuff like that. There was only so few things. Maybe she would buy kiwi sometimes, but the one thing that I liked the most was grapes. And I remember this one time I was like, I picked up the grapes and she told me to put them down, and I said, why? I like grapes and they're healthy. And she was like, do you have grape money? And I was thinking at that time, that's the strangest thing. What are you talking about? I was thinking to myself, you work a full-time job and you have a good job, and you're talking to me about grape money? And I don't know the last time in my life that I have bought grapes. When I buy grapes, it's like a special treat or something. You know what? I gotta reward myself for working so hard and getting myself those grapes. Like, as I got older, I realized the things in the house that are always there didn't just get there on their own. The toilet paper, the paper towels, those things did not just replenish themselves. Somebody had to buy them, and that somebody was not me. And that somebody was Mom. So thanks, Mom, for that. Oh man, my day is basically just ending now from 8 o'clock in the morning. Days are getting longer. Alright, let's see what I got here before I hop off of here. Wow, I've been on here for 26 minutes. That's crazy. Milk bags. The milk bags were a classic. I didn't even know there was cartons. When I got here, I was like, where's the milk bags? I thought that was a normal thing. Like, y'all don't have milk bags? Yeah, like, a lot of people don't have money to buy grapes. A lot of people don't have grape money. If I go to your house and you offer me something in the fridge and I see grapes in there, I'm like, this person is well off. This person is well off if you have a stock of grapes in your fridge. Well, chocolate is always on sale. It's always cheaper to buy the junk food. Junk food is always on sale. 2 for 1. 50% off. You can get junk food on sale at any time. Anyways, y'all, hopping off. I won't be back on tonight, of course, because it is the end of my day. But thanks for hopping on and helping with the end of my shopping trip. So please make sure, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And I'll talk to y'all soon.